What is going on, YouTube? AJ here, doing another lunch break Let's Play. Final Fantasy XI Online, Retail, Bahamut server. And I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to do a lot of things. Just all mishmash of junk. I think first we're going to probably raise our cap to 5 kindred seals, 3 merit points. I think we're going to raise our cap to 80. Yeah, I don't understand why that guy won't sell me anything. He's supposed to sell, like, plutons and boulders and all types of stuff. But he's not doing that for us. Yeah. Forgot what we did last time. I forgot the last time I recorded. So I'm assuming I just trade 5 KS. Spectacular, stupendous. Let's get started, shall we? If you'll just excuse me for a moment. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Magian Mogulman. Yes, you, over there. Well, what is it this time? And you do well to adopt a more courteous tone when addressing your elders, Kupo. I'd call you by your proper name if you'd actually tell anyone what it is, but no, the Magian Mogulhood must be ever shrouded in secrecy. Kupo. You would make mock of the wisdom of your forefathers, Kupo? I have a mind to coup-pound the both of them into the next millennium, if they don't settle down. Anyhow, if you would just crouch down right here, Kupo, mumble, grumble, I am ready. Excellent. Our Magian friend here will fire a potent dose of Moogle magic directly at you. All you have to do, my dear adventurer, is stay alive. Easy breezy, wouldn't you say? Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. I'm totally dead. I am totally dead. Now, Kupo, this is reckless even for these Moogles. It sends a shiver up me spine. It does. Feel a sudden surge of power well up from the pit of her stomach, coursing through her veins and limbs. Kupo ho. It would seem the procedure has gone off precisely as predicted. That it has, Kupo, I must say. The sheer stamina of these adventurers never ceased to astound me. My friend, you've been the perfect test subject. Ahem, I mean, you are clearly an ideal heir for the powers of the Moogle ancients. Should our research bear further fruit, you shall be among the first to know. But why are you still standing around? There's a whole new world waiting for you to explore. Cool. Okay. Boy, ding ding. 76 and 38. Weird. That's weird to see. And I'm pretty sure that today, at some point, is the Gain XP Records of Eminence. And I think I'm going to do either Black Mage or Sam off of recording. I think those are like the last two. Maybe I should get Scholar. I should probably get Scholar on camera, though. On recording. I always say camera. There's no cameras around. So let's also go ahead and get another part of Rhapsodies done. Oh boy. Kiddo is angry about something. Stomping around upstairs. Okay. I think we could have just gone to the home point. Did we ever get the home point? I think we did. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. And onward we go. So we have a stack and a half of cues, because off recording we were slightly bored, so we were trying to spawn the NM Cancer in Kuftal Tunnel, and we saw him once, but he didn't drop the sword. Apparently it's like it's not even worth it. It's not even worth my time doing it, but I just got bored and I wanted to do something. So I did that. And I think that if we go through a couple of these, a couple more of these Rhapsody missions here, we'll get bonus XP, but I don't understand the bonus XP on the Rhapsody stuff. It's like everyone says plus 30%. Does that is it like plus 30, plus 30, plus 30, and that would be 90? Or is it always just plus 30? Who knows? This is it. If the rumors are true, the vortex connects to another dimension. Do you suppose it leads to the future? Oh, kid's crying. Great. Master, you must not get any closer. Oh my goodness. I understand your desire to save Lion, but you must stop that beast first. Okay. I was reading that you could solo this at level 40. I'm not sure how hard it's hitting, but 40 seems a little bit low. I mean, it's not hurting us, but it's taking us long enough to beat. We're looking into... Is it a monkey? Some sort of monkey? Monkey posterior? This is like the hardest fight we've done so far. Like, are we missing something? Should we have done something to make it easier? A battle worthy of the Master. Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, but that monster clearly came from beyond the vortex. But we must not let fear overwhelm us. Come, Lion needs saving. The other dimension awaits. Okay. What is this? At last, there she is. The monkey I've been looking for. Okay then. Lady Lion. Destructive. And who is this? So you're the one who's joined us from the future. I'm not one to put a stock in fairy tales, yet here we are in this alternate dimension, so I'm willing to believe your tale. I suppose there are worse outcomes than being sucked up by a vortex. And look who saved me. Don't let your guard down for a second. This may be the sanctuary of Zed Ta, but it's not the one we know. Are you the one known as Zed? That is right, and you must be Oroha. Aldo has told me much about you. I knew I had to investigate as soon as I heard something was amiss. The only color here is the color of death. This empty husk is void of anything that we could call nature. The first thing I noticed about this place is its striking resemblance to the sanctuary of Zeta, located in northeastern Mindartia. Zeta, yes, I've run across that name several times before. Yes, it was when the Master first visited Rizenjima. She said there was a sanctuary there, but much like the one in my homeland. I had envisioned it to be much more bursting with splendor. Its layout and features resemble Zeta. Of that, there can be no doubt, yet the magic and warmth are gone, like we're in a different world entirely. Or is this the future? I do not believe so. If the coming emptiness is to swallow the world, then I would be more inclined to believe that we are catching a glimpse of what swallow the world would be like. Did you hear that? A bell, but where? Urk. I always say irk before I fall down. Who goes there? Zed, Lion, please stay with us. Something fell as afoot. The world blurred, and I took leave of myself. You were under its thrall. It gives me chills just thinking about it. If the clamoring has ceased, then we may yet find respite. Master, this may be the world we referred to as Eska. Eska, I'm gonna call it Eska. I still have much to learn, but your words that day will always stay with me. When the darkness first came, the Middle Lands were the first to be assaulted. Swaths of lands were consumed, leaving colorless landscape where life once thrived. It marked the beginning of the end. And that world, you said, was known as Eska. Yet we'll say Annals say the emptiness first started to appear many years hence. So why now? Why here? What if history were being rewritten? It could be that my returning to your time has placed a stick in the wheel of fate. Has the darkness come with me? Though this may sound counterintuitive, I fear we must change the future if we are to save the past. You are right, that it's rather difficult to wrap my head around. Iroha, is there no way to purge this Eska from our land? Would that I had the answers you seek? Then only one path lies upon us, figure out what we can do for ourselves. As if this land were not dangerous enough, now we have the unholy bell to contend with. A perilous reality at best. Maybe we should return to the Mother Crystal first. Have you any insight, Lion? Nothing but my gut, and I can feel her calling out to me. Her gut's calling out to her? Lion, wait. I know not what role she has to play, but her intimate bond with the future is beyond denial. Master, perhaps it would be best if we follow her. Okay. Okay. Go, crab. Go. Okay, how about... about that? Okay. Oh, so I was watching a video, and I don't feel terrible. I just kind of feel a little bit bad. I forgot the guy's name. But I guess he does Final Fantasy XI, like, news or something. I don't know what he does. But he was reading the January, I don't know, not update, but January, like, events. And apparently there's, like, double crafting skill ups. So I think that once that happens, we'll pick a craft and start a crafting. Okay, so go here. Master. Oh no, lion. Lion! I saw it again. Destructive, that special orb you have that is a relic from the future. Maybe that explains the vision I've been having. If what it portends is true, then there's nothing we can do but stop the darkness from approaching. But Destructive, I saw nothing about whether or not you were there to try to stop it. What if there's no one to stand up for Vanadiel? Will it perish with but a whimper? Lion, perhaps it's because the orb is not yet fully illuminated. What am I holding? That looks like a turd. Glowing, floating turd. Great. I agree. Yet we learned about the coming darkness before the light could fully arrive, likely ushering it in before we were ready. I know not what the two of you are on about, so I will ask one simple question. What can we do? Destructive, there are many paths that lie before you. They open up the moment you banish the Shadow Lord from our realm. My dream showed me many nations, many worlds, and you were in each of them, bringing succor to those who cried out. Then it all falls into place. In the future from which I hail, the Master faced many threats, not just that one. It came to be known as one of Vanadiel's most storied heroes. Master, you must bring history back to its natural state. And time is not exactly on our side. And now you know everything that I do. I'll do everything in my power to help you. Here, you could have my floating, glowing turd. Lion, enjoy. What is that supposed to be? What the? Lady Lion, allow me to express my gratitude. Your honesty and strength as the spirit, strength of the spirit has taken physical form. And you could use it? Then you're quite welcome. In the meantime, I'll continue my search for information about Eska. Zed, what do you plan on doing? Gilgamesh has asked me to report back as soon as I know something, so my first order of business is to return to Norg. Lion and Zed, your assistance has been invaluable. They didn't do anything. They really didn't do anything. She fell down a lot, and he swung his sword in the air a couple times at nothing. Master, I intend to learn all that I can about that bell. Perhaps you should head back to Norg as well. Until then. Oh, geez. Gain experience happened already. Well, maybe I gain experience instead then, huh? Yeah, how about we go to, what do you call it? How about we go to... Maybe we get 80 real quick. Cool. Kaderva Meyer? Kaderva? Where's this book? Kill some imps. Wow, 2 o'clock. Guess I took a... that's not a super late lunch for me. Sometimes I take it as late as like 3. Teleportation, not teleportation. Oh yeah, I'll go Nashmau. Nashmau. Shit. Nobody here will give me a thing, will they? Sigil? Oh boy. Maybe they would have. I'll just run out and get one. Do I want to do the dailies right now? Or save that for... I'll save that. Shit. I guess we have to go get mission started. What are you doing standing around here? You're just getting in the way. Can't you see how busy I am? What's your deal anyway? You got business with me? Oh, God help me. Nope, never seen you before. Your lack of fashion sense, that slack-jawed face, and that slouching posture. You can't possibly be from around these parts. You're a foreigner, aren't you? Haha, knew it. You're just the type of person I've been looking for. So you came to be a mercenary, did you? Don't lie to me, I could see it in your eyes. Okay, I guess I have to say yes. Now you're speaking my language. Your long journey has been worthwhile. We've been waiting for you. Most of our work is official Empire business. In fact, most of the mercenary organizations in all of Al-Zabi that the royal family puts its trust in. We're the best of the best, the cream of the crop. But you won't be getting any lucrative offers just finishing up grunt work, so don't be thinking you can slack off. Now do you get it? First you gotta show me what you're made of. There's a prominent organization in this nation called the Immortals. Ever heard of them? Mothers used to use stories of the Immortals to scare the kittens into eating their vegetables. The Immortals are the Empress's personal bodyguards, and they only hire the best of the best blue mages around. Common folk like us aren't even allowed a glimpse of Her Royal Highness. But the Immortals, they're different. They have a special permission to attend the Empress at close quarters. Is this sinking into that thick skull of yours? In other words, you can't get anywhere in this nation without going through the Immortals first. So before you do anything, I need you to deliver this supplies package and make yourself known. If you manage to make it back alive, we can start thinking about what to do with you. The Immortals guard the Empress, ensure the safety of Al-Zabi, and manage affairs dealing with assaults. Each assault warden is stationed at a staging point on the Ilrusi Atoll, Devoka Isle, Halvung, in the domain of the Mamal Jewel, or on Azuf Island. Oh boy. No matter how high and mighty the Immortals are, I'm sure they're tired of being stuck out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. They'll probably be glad to see you. Go deliver a supplies package and let them know who you are. After that, we can start talking about your contract. I hate nausea. I hate these quests. These missions, sorry. Hate them. There's gotta be a way to get, is it sanction? Is that what it is? It's the only place I've ever known is that. Will you give it to me? No. Now will they give it to me? I guess not. I guess I just don't get one. Oh my god. Well, that was really worth it. That 15-minute. Oh no. What now? Master, look at the orb. Ah, there's my wonderful droppings. You have set the proper course and passed through the first of many gates to come. The precious jewel is one of Ryzenjima's sanctorium's most mystical treasures. Our legends state that when it was formed, the energies of thousands of different lives, though it had originally been regarded as but a minor artifact. In the future, you and my father, I was going to say, what about my father? Had drawn forth its true power. In reality, is a piece of the mother crystal. Please, Master, you may have taken the first steps, but I urge you to continue pressing on. Gilgamesh awaits you in Norg. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot, dude. I've got like 30 things I need to do. And we're back here. At least we can complete that first mission. Oh boy. Okay. Of course I started moving. That totally happened. We'll see if we can get by with Catalda. If not, we'll take out Tenzin. And that'll be nice to get. I think we'll do Samurai. We'll get Samurai out of the way. And should be pretty easy since we have Polearm obviously leveled. So we'll just use Polearms to 49. Should make it a little bit faster than these other ones. Like White Mage was terrible. Terrible. Okay, VT, cool. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, is that gain experience already? Alright. I think there's some over here. This used to be the camp. One of the camps. I could do flies too. Squishy. We'll see. We get a couple, like 10-15 more minutes. We'll see if we can get 77. Jeez, 8,200, huh? Might as well keep that chain going. Did that chain go backwards? No. It's like, wait a minute, I thought that was 8. Oh boy, look at that. That was a quick one. Any new abilities? Spared bond? No. Alright, maybe 78. I gotta remember to go to that staging point. So I still need to figure out which craft I'm gonna do. I was thinking goldsmithing, but then I don't know. I don't even. I think that's the reason I don't know, because I don't know what's good anymore. Like, is there any craft that's worth it right now? Jeez, I went through that XP ring pretty fast, huh? Yeah, I think we'll get to 78 and call it. It's pretty quick, though. That is pretty damn quick. Wow, I still got the chain for that. It seems generous. Oh, there goes the chain. Goes the chain 300 XP from $78. Maybe we on our way back we check the that Moogle and see if we can't unlock the next one, or you have to be 80. I bet you have to be 80. Seems like something they would do. I don't know. Also, I don't know what I'm going to do next with in regards to leveling. Get Dragoon to 99. Get it some okay gear. Do some more missions and all that stuff. Gain XP is one away, so might as well get that extra. Right. Kill away, gain experience, yeah. See ya. I like wheeling thrust. Gain experience, okay. Yeah, I spent some sparks, that's why I have a little more gil than I did last time. I bought that shield a couple times. So what do I have? 15,000 again. I really need to get that up. How many mirror points do I have? 22 now. Come on. They do that so when you're getting hit by an imp, the imp gets one more hit on you, so you can get killed right in front of the door. Ah, Narima will carry out the Empress's orders through fire, ice, and storm. Oh, welcome to the Azov Isle staging point. You got something you want to say to me? Narima's face lights up. Oh, a supplies package. How did you get this? It's magnificent. Look how it gleams. The scent makes me feel so fresh and pure. This is such a precious item. Thank you so much. What can I give you to show you my gratitude? Oh, I know. I have some fantastic information for you. You see that glowing blue device behind you? That's a runic portal, the pride of Ot Urgan. Our brilliant alchemists created it themselves. It takes you apart and puts you back together in a faraway place. Scary, isn't it? I was scared first, too. I mean, the entire contraption is simply beyond belief. It's hard to believe that such a thing could exist in Vanadiel. I really don't get it. How could your body be disassembled and then each individual molecule meticulously reassembled in Alzabi's chamber of passage? Does that make any sense to you? Well, it might be frightening, but once you've traveled to Alzabi, once using the runic portal, you can use it to return here too. So if you'd ever like to talk with me again, don't forget about it. I think I was being hit on. Alright. I guess now I know why people buy those other rings too. Those, let me see if I could buy another XP ring, one of the good ones. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to a Moogle. That's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed making it. Until next time, take her easy, folks. Thanks.